is none other than a man I've not seen in quite a long time in flesh and blood. His name is Akwasi Addai Odike, founder of the United Progressive Party. Odike, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you today, sir?
By His grace, I'm doing well.
How come I've not seen you in such a long time? Is it that I am no longer your friend?
Maybe you've abandoned me.
I have abandoned you.
Yes, I'm around all this while.
Really? Around?
Yes.
Do you still have my number?
I'll check from my phone.
For you to go and check, it means you don't consider me a friend, but it's fine.
Anyway, today is a reunion.
Reunion, eh?
Yeah.
Fantastic. But how have you been? How's life?
Life is okay because I am alive and the showers of blessings from Almighty God is upon me. So I'm cool.
You're cool. Is the economy treating you well?
Oh, not only me. This is a general adverse impact on everybody. And Akwasi Addai and his group has failed this country big time.
How's business?
Everything.
Because you are a known seasoned businessman. How's business these days?
Everything is not doing well.
Really?
Everything.
All the merchandise, the shoes that you use to sell, everything.
Everything. Considering the economic environment with higher taxes and inflationary rates, as well as the forest. It's not business friendly. The environment is not business friendly anyway. Not only me, all the business fraternities are complaining. So they've messed up big time, and they don't deserve a renewed mandate at all.
And are you providing an alternative?
Of course, Aranja Martin is there for us. He is a business mogul, and
Mugu?
of course,
Mogul or Mugu?
mogul.
Mugu, okay. All right.
And he has been assigned by international accredited bodies to manage a lot of economies around the globe. And he has done a good job for Ghana and by extension Africa.
In Africa. So for the United Progressive Party.
I'm sorry, let me correct this impression. Well, the EC has revoked our license.
So you're no longer the founder of a party?
Yes, so I am now union government.
Union government? Unigov?
I call our guy to bring you we have books for you.
Is it this one?
Oh no, this is for the alliance.
Yes.
But I have written a philosophy.
A philosophy?
Yes.
Oh, you can tell me about it. It's no problem. So are you saying that the philosophy you have?
Please call the guy to bring you a copy.
Okay.
Call your producer.
I'll do that. So Emmanuel, get me IB to get me a copy. All right.
My boy.
Yeah.
You should contact my boy
To get us one. Okay. No
two
problem.
copies.
2 copies. That's fine. So this philosophy you have, is it different from the great transformational plan that Alan Shamating is also providing?
Yes. Mine is purely for governance. Union government.
Okay.
Mine is purely for governance structure.
But I've heard of union government before in the past.
Yes, but there wasn't any
Unigov.
There wasn't any blueprint for it.
Okay.
So I have carved a democratic system tailored for Ghanaian culture and our traditions.
Has it been okay? So this that you have carved, has it been adopted by the Great Alliance?
A portion, especially the governance cluster in this book.
Has been what you have
Yes,
written
yes.
adopted in there.
Yes.
Then I guess I can work with what's here, all right? Or
The governance
not so? Yeah. The governance part is you.
not whole, but by Cameroon legislature proposed by my senior man, the man of the moment, Alan Martin.
Okay. Because under the governance cluster, there are many sub components.
Yes.
Corruption, public sector reforms, judiciary, executive council of state, local government and decentralization, chieftaincy, national security and defense optimization, media, public information management and consultation, diplomatic and international relations, civil society organizations, economic governance, social governance, and constitutional reforms. So,
Yes.
which of this is what you have, Christian?
Most of the items here falls into my book.
Okay. So, do I take it that this section, you authored it?
Not all, a portion.
What portion? Half of it?
Yes,
1/3?
maybe half.
Half.
To be precise, yeah.
I see. Okay. But once you mention union government, it brings my mind to something. And as I said, our history has a note for union government.
Sure.
So are you referring to the model that a Champon brought in with Unigov? Is that it?
No, because no one has shown me the blueprint of a Champon proposed union government.
Okay.
Mind you,
But even it was a non-party state.
It was
A Champon's model was a non-party state
this is
for union government.
Yes,
non-party state.
non-party state.
Is that what you're asking for?
Perfect. And if you read the structures, you will love it. This morning, a group has called for 20 copies.
Which group?
Some media group in Kumasi, they want 10 copies because we are distributing them now, and it is getting the buy-in from Ghanaians. We don't need partisanship. Look, Ghana doesn't need partisanship.
What does it need?
We need all-inclusive governance. That is union government, or better still, we can call it government of national unity.
What's your understanding of bicameral legislature?
2 chambers.
2 chambers.
Yes.
You want us to have 2 chambers?
Yes.
Like the Commons and the Lords, like what's in the UK?
Perfect.
Why?
Because our current dispensation, Parliament has become partisan and too much of a rubber stamp. So we want a Parliament.
And who says when you turn it into 2 chambers, it can't still be rubber stamp?
That is where we can get the true representation of the constituents.
And who are the ones who would elect, who will end up in those 2 chambers?
In my model, we have some an institution which will be created if union government is adopted. We call it National Vetting Commission. They vet and present the candidates to the Electoral Commission for election. So all the elections are non-partisan, from a unit committee members, assembly members, parliamentarians, up to the presidency. It's non-partisan.
When do you hope to implement this? Now or after the 2024 election?
If you read and you have the buy-in, you start also propagating the message.
No, it's not about buying. I am scrutinizing what you are laying before us this morning. So I'm saying, this that you're proposing now for 2 chambers, is it for the future 2028 or 2032 or for now 2024?
Now it's too late because we are preparing for elections and we have executive president at post.
Yes.
So if we win, then we can implement this. That is after 2024 election.
You are looking to win a mandate that is defined to 4 years of a parliamentary system and a presidential system. And you are saying that when you win, you want to change the scales of that mandate.
Of course.
Why?
No, we are going. Listen, this book is full of constitutional review in itself.
Yes.
It has reviewed the constitution, the model of governance we adopted,
Yes.
which is multi-party democracy. This system frowns on it.
Okay.
So
take it that Great Alliance wins this 2024 elections. You are saying that from day one of implementation, you will change the scales of what you are doing and say that what exists we don't like.
No.
So we are breaking it down and
No. When people vote for us, and we the old system will constitute parliament.
Yes.
But when we come to office, we call for a referendum.
Immediately.
Of course. We call for a referendum. And then we throw away the garbage and bring in what will.
But that same garbage has brought you into power. So why throw it away?
We are saying that it is not good for this country. But unless we have political power, we don't have any means to change it.
Then you might as well hold on, demand for that change to happen and be part of that new system. Why birth, why go through a system that you say is not fit for purpose to win political power, and immediately you win, tell all of us that you don't want it. It's not fit for purpose, throw it away.
No, we are telling people that when we come, this is our intention. So people will vote for us based on the campaign message from this book.
So
the people will be expecting that immediately we assume office, this is the first task
that you do.
That we do.
Call for referendum almost immediately.
Immediately.
So in the build-up to this election, yes, you certainly field a presidential candidate. But what would you do in addressing the two chambers that you want? Would you field candidates for the parliamentary seats in parliament?
Because if you don't do it, how can we have our people there to support the review?
So you are fielding 275 candidates.
Independent candidates.
And for all the constituencies.
And it starts from this election. Our candidates who are that we are what do we call it? Supporting. If all of them are independent candidates. So it means we've already started this, we've already started implementing this. Do you understand? So if assuming we win all the 200 or we win a majority, it means going for referendum will be as easy as possible.
Okay. So you field in independent candidates for the parliamentary chamber. And then when you call for the referendum, create another chamber.
Of course, when the moment we win the elections, our proposals is what is the social contract between us and Ghanaians. So when they vote for us, it means Ghanaians are ready for this.
So if you win, you have 275 MPs. You want to create another chamber. The second chamber will have how many representatives?
In actual fact, we propose in this book, the second chamber is going to be represented by paramountcies. The paramount chiefs will go for elections. Every region, we have national House of Chiefs.
And they'll be voted on based on what?
Come again.
How would they be voted for into the House of Lords?
By the regional House of Chiefs, they will nominate or vote for people to represent the region. So each region will have their representation in the upper chamber.
So the people will decide who's in the first chamber, and then the chiefs will decide who will be in the House of Lords.
Come again.
So the people, the commoners,
yes,
will choose the MPs.
Yes.
Then the chiefs will choose their representatives.
Perfect.
So whose decision would supersede the other?
When the lower chamber prepares, let's say they go through the bill, it will come to the upper chamber for scrutiny. If there are some anomalies or discrepancies, it has to be referred to them to do the needful and then go through.
But they cannot decide to shoot down a bill from Parliament.
They can.
Why should that be?
Because most of the bills that goes through easily, some of them are having partisan influence, and it is affecting all of us. But they are the traditional authorities. They are the custodians of the land. So if we are making laws, their input is necessary.
And they will not have any partisan considerations.
This book abolishes partisanship.
Abolish?
Completely.
So what would you call the Great Alliance? It's an amalgamation of parties, isn't it?
But now, it's an independent body. It's no more...
Which is
So what it means is that...
coming together of political parties.
What it means is that those political leaders who join understand the Great Alliance and the movement for change, philosophy and ideology. If we don't force them, they came on their own. Okay. So it means they will conform to.
In our history, and usually history guides our decisions going forward.
Of course.
In our history, we have never seen, or if we have, quantum. We've never seen an independent candidate win a presidential elections. We have seen independent candidates win parliamentary seats. So, is the grand plan for the Great Alliance to make a statement in this election or to win?
To win, because look, Ghana is an independent country. We must have independent-minded people to form synergies of managers to manage this country, and independent candidate as president. That is where we will have the true definition of an independent sovereign state. And the mere fact that we've not experienced it doesn't mean it's not possible. Look, United States of America, President Washington was an independent candidate. And after his term, Americans were pushing him to go for a referendum so that he can go for third term, and he said no. Now go to our next door.
That's a 200-year-old democracy. How old is yours?
It doesn't matter. Look,
It does.
The problem, it doesn't matter because the whole world is facing leadership crisis.
Is it?
And even the multi-party democracy has its own challenges. And don't forget, multi-party system is not the only system that has come to operate. We had socialism, communism.
Yes.
A lot of them, all of them has gone, and when they reach their peak, they give way to a new philosophy. We are proposing that multi-party democracy is full of corruption, full of antagonism, full of winner takes all, full of nepotism, cronyism, thievery, corruption.
Is that a function of the people, or is the function of the party?
Come again.
Is the elements you mentioned that are wrong, right, a function of the party created, or the people who make up the party?
It's the party.
Bad morals breeds bad society.
Of course.
Right? So if you take away the vehicle of party and bring an alliance or bring a vehicle that is not partisan, if the people are corrupt, they are there. They are there as corrupt.
This book shapes is there to shape our mindset as well. It's not only the structures. And the structures, look, let me say to all our audience that 1992 Constitution
Yes.
is not helping us.
What's wrong with it? 32 years on, what's wrong with it?
And come again.
32 years on, after implementing this constitution, what is wrong with it?
The evidence is what we are feeling now.
Okay.
The hardships, corruption, thievery.
The corruption and the hardship is a result of the constitution?
Of course.
Or the people who are implementing the constitution?
No, the Constitution, look, let me tell you. The Constitution is the guiding principle of the people. The Constitution order the steps of the people. And the architectural structure of our Constitution gives too much powers to the executive. And power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. So, per the Constitution, everybody in this country is corrupt.
Everybody?
Of course.
Everybody?
Everybody is corrupt.
Including Odike?
Of course.
You are corrupt?
Yes, one way or the other.
How are you corrupt?
Because the Constitution pushes everybody to be corrupt.
You said the constitution puts power in the hands of one man.
Of course.
But how does that corrupt everybody?
Because democracy is mass governance. So if we move away from mass governance to government by the few, for the few, and the few benefit, it breeds corruption.
So how are you corrupt, Odike?
I am living in a corruption environment, and you are telling me I'm excluded.
You can be within an environment and you are different.
No, I know. Maybe I don't engage directly in corrupt practices, but as
maybe, or you do or you don't.
I don't do it.
Maybe it's gray line.
I don't
do
do
it.
it.
You do or you don't.
I don't do it.
Okay.
I don't indulge.
So
I don't indulge.
So is
but,
Odike corrupt?
But no, listen to me. I don't indulge. But I'm saying this as a larger picture of the whole thing. And as I've defined it to you, by virtue of the system we are using, it is 80% correct to say that we are living in a corrupt environment.
Yes, living in a corrupt environment, I can agree. But when you say everybody is corrupt, that's
well, okay. Let me call this words and place it with a better one. 80% of Ghanaians are one way or the other indulge in corruption.
80%.
Yes.
How do you arrive at that percentage?
That is the very few, in my candid opinion, very few are not indulging.
Are you one of the few?
Yes.
Have you ever paid a bribe?
For some time. Now, no. But my past,
You used to.
yes. Because
What changed?
I have come to realize that it is something that is killing the society.
What made you realize that? It's always been there. What made you change?
If I don't change, I cannot effect change. If I don't change, I cannot effect the change that we are talking about.
Was it before you started having the bid to run for the presidency? So you had to clean up?
No. When I decided to come to engage in a full-time politics, I decided to be a different politician.
So you decided to repent before becoming a
Perfect.
politician?
And because politics is to serve people. And when you are serving people, you must come with clean hands so that it will transform your followers.
So that you can demand equity?
Perfect.
I see. So in which year did you make this change to repent?
I think 2000.
In the year 2000. So are you telling me, Odike, that in the last 24 years, we cannot find one case of you either collecting a bribe or receiving a bribe?
At all. I don't do it. Everybody is aware.
In the last 24 years?
Go and ask Akufo-Addo.
As a businessman?
Go and ask Akufo-Addo, you will attest to that fact.
As a businessman?
Go and ask your president, you will attest to this fact.
That in the last 24 years,
I don't do it.
Akwasi Addai Odike has never paid a bribe,
No.
never received a bribe,
No.
never evaded tax,
At all.
have been tax compliant.
Of course. How can I file if I don't pay tax? Because before you can file to become a president, your tax sheet must be clean.
Never greased the palm to get a contract.
Come again?
Never greased anybody's palm to get a contract.
At all.
Ever.
I get contract, but I don't pay.
You don't pay to get a contract.
At all.
But you get it.
Of course.
How do you get it?
Through the process.
Tender process.
Yes.
You don't influence the process.
No.
You don't give anybody kickback.
People fear me. People fear that if they demand bribe from me, I can blow them up. So
Have you ever paid kickback?
No. Nobody even has ever asked me, to be honest with you. For me, they don't demand anything from me.
You're not giving them something as thank you?
No. If I'll give something, is the superior boys in the offices. Maybe Mr. Odike, if you come, and I'm going and say, take this for lunch at all. For me to pay bribe, no.
Never?
No.
So paying for lunch is what? Appreciation?
No. From my own well. That's why nobody pushes me to do that.
Oh, so for kickback and bribe, you are pushed to do it?
Of course.
Because you want something in return?
Exactly.
But those people that you give them lunch, you don't call favors on them later?
100 Ghana. Here, no.
At all? Okay. So you have said in the last 24 years, you have been squeaky clean. You have repented.
Yes.
You are not corrupt.
Yes.
Can you say that for the Great Alliance that you are part of, all of them have repented like you have?
No, I cannot hold brief for them.
At all?
At all, no. I don't know. I don't know.
But do you see plans afoot to have them take the path you have taken?
Of course, yes, because now we move in the one direction. So when they see the way we go about our things, a lot can repent through that. Because leadership is about making people emulate you, impacting on others. So when they see that this is the path, if you are chatting, it will be their own good to also follow suit.
Can you vouch for Alan Sherman, the leader of the Great Alliance?
Yes.
That he's not corrupt? Yes,
because Kwadwo Kyerematen, his life both before in government and in government, I have never heard any corrupt tag on him.
Would you be surprised if a scandal comes up against him?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, I've never heard, and I don't think, per where he is coming from, if there is any, the whole world will have heard it. Because MPP, you can't leave MPP and go scot-free. I know them. They are very vindictive. And if there is anything of that sort, it could have been on the airways by now.
What's the plan to ensure that all your members are like you, as you say you are.
Yes.
Incorruptible.
Yes, because now it is public knowledge that Odike and Lanche Martin are uncompromisingly incorruptible. And my behavior, my attitude attests to that fact. Yes.
Okay. I see in the governance cluster the plan to deal with corruption, since we are on that lane of corruption, talking about corruption. You've promised to reduce the size of government. Okay. You say you will demonstrate a leadership of personal integrity and political will to fight corruption and take decisive action against politically exposed persons involved in corruption-related activities. You isolate all corruption-related provisions in existing legislation and consolidate them into one enabling legislation with a clear definition of corruption, including severe sanctions to serve as a deterrent against corruption. You would amend the Constitution to establish and appoint an anti-corruption czar with independent prosecutorial authority, separate from that of the Attorney General. The anti-corruption czar will replace the special prosecutor. What's wrong with the current special prosecutor setup that you want to replace with an anti-corruption czar?
Because the current one derives the powers from the special prosecutor derives powers from Attorney General. So not all cases can be directed to special prosecutor. And so
it's corruption and corruption-related offenses.
So what we are saying,
all go to the SVT.
They have to get the autonomous mandate to prosecute and prosecute well. So we are decouple it from Attorney General.
I see. So why not simply decouple it and still call him special prosecutor? Why should he be anti-corruption?
This is an innovation to not only fight corruption but to prevent its occurrences.
I asked that because the office already has its brand, has spent money on branding and all these other things. Does a rebrand not also come with cost?
No, because if we constitute a body and it's not serving its mandate very well, there's nothing wrong to reshape it to make it functional.
Okay. You mentioned also amending existing asset declaration rules to strengthen disclosure and introduce new forms of asset tracking and recovery, including but not limited to instruments such as lifestyle audits for tracking unexplained wealth and recovery of proceeds of corruption.
Yeah, because the current one, you declare your assets, keep them in an envelope until you have a case.
Yeah.
No, it should be open. If you are coming to an office, occupy a public office, public must know what you have before you occupy it.
Okay.
And living, we can balance, we can measure up the two and see if indeed you spend according to your salary and wages.
Okay. Before we even get to the point of you winning and doing it, why not show it by example now? Have you declared your assets?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm not holding any political power.
But you are seeking to have one.
Well, when we reach the bridge, we shall cross. That's why.
Why wait to get to the bridge? Why can't you tell us today that me, Akwasi Addai Odike, I am a Ghanaian citizen, I am hoping to serve this country, I am part of the Great Alliance, and so today I am declaring my assets. I have these number of houses, these number of bank accounts, these are the amounts of money I have to my name, these are the sources of the wealth as proof. Why can't you do that today? Why should I wait for you to public officer before you do that?
What would be the next, how can you juxtapose my next acquisition of properties? Because now I'm not holding any public office.
Yes.
The very day you start holding, whatever you had before is where we are going to use as a yardstick.
To benchmark.
Yes, benchmark. So once I'm not holding a public office,
you're a private man.
I'm a private man.
And
so
your business remains private.
Yes, and even if I declare today and tomorrow I buy a new house, and the next time it's not the best.
But don't you think we should come around to a time where everybody, the state knows how they make their money?
It's perfect.
Public or private?
I agree with you 100%. Until then, it is as...
Let's keep it the way it is.
It is.
ODK! Okay. The Great Alliance says that you use the size of the government and work with 40 ministers. Is that doable?
Yes. Even the constitution prescribes 19 cabinet ministers.
19.
It's already in the constitution. So I think we added the rest as the regional ministers. You understand?
Yes.
And we
60 regions plus 19 should put you at 35.
Yes. And maybe
Plus 19.
presidency, some ministers are the presidency, 5.
5 of them. So this includes deputies.
No, we don't subscribe to deputies. Why?
No deputy ministers
At all.
So when a minister is in this post, we have to appoint a new one immediately.
We have chief directors
At the ministry. They should work.
Yes, they are the technocrats. They are the technical men.
And they should take the political decisions.
Even the political decisions are killing us. Why don't we allow the technocrats to do the work for us to hold them accountable?
Then why not simply scrap the ministers and work with the chief directors?
This is Great Alliance. If you read this book, what you are saying is what is in.
So you are proposing that we do away with all ministers.
Of course.
And work with chief directors.
Of course, it's in the book. Every chief director.
But did you make this input into this Great Alliance?
Well,
because I would imagine an alliance would bring together a common view on things because you're an alliance.
But we have so many people, about 10 people.
Yeah.
And the Great Alliance cannot contain
everything.
Only what Odike is bringing on board. So a portion from here, a portion from there, then we put them together.
Makes
so
sense. Okay.
This one is a book I wrote by myself.
Okay.
And it was before Great Alliance. So the perspectives are not the same.
Are not the same. Yeah. They are different.
They are different.
I see. I know you are a practical man, right? Where do you see the base of the votes for the Great Alliance coming from?
Surprisingly and interestingly, I was called upon to join the alliance by the leader,
Alan
Chamantin. And before I joined, he has already said goodbye to MPP.
Okay.
And he formed the movement. But then, the first survey that came from a well-acclaimed pollster gave him 12%. The moment he parted ways with MPP.
Which pollster was this?
I forgot the name, but I will tell you later.
Okay.
Gave him 12%. Now that we are in alliance, my brother, BBC.
What happened?
It's not what is going to happen. It's not a transfer of power from the dominant duopoly of MPP and DC. A change is imminent. A change is coming. Ghanaians are sick and tired of this duopoly. I scratch your back, you scratch my back, deceiving Ghanaians kind of politics in this country. So a lot of people are very disgrounded.
Disgrounded?
Yes. And they want a new leadership, a crop of leadership emerging out of blues.
You mean disgruntled, right?
Disgruntled.
Okay.
So they are looking up to somebody who is a doer, somebody who has the track record, somebody whose integrity cannot be compromised. And if you look at the first 3 top gentlemen who are vying for this number 1 hot seat, Alan Chamantin stands tall.
Above John Mahama? Above Dr. Baumia? Really?
Look, when it comes to credibility, they are not his match. When it comes to critical thinking, he stands tall. When it comes to making it happen, all the qualities that can prosecute and bring the change that Ghanaians are craving for, Alan Kyerematen is the man of the moment. Jomama, we know what he can do. Baumia, he is still at post. He is in government, but he's saying that when my government comes, two gentlemen talking. When he's on the campaign trail to up north, then the city depreciates in the south.
The city only depreciates in the south.
What I mean is,
it's across the country.
I agree, but the concentration is here. The concentration.
So does he have to move before the city depreciates?
Because he's on campaigning, soliciting for votes. But the very problem that is confronting ordinary Ghanaian is chasing him. The problem is after him. And he's keeping a blind eye as if nothing is happening.
But the city, we're told now, is gaining strength, isn't it?
Well, my brother,
yes, Odike,
it's good. The city will appreciate it. Nonetheless, where they took it from.
But Odike, why have you removed your glasses?
Because I want to be more serious.
Oh, really?
To look in, to have eye contact with you.
Okay.
So, from now till December, he is likely to have time to make amends. So, we are here to see. That is what we want. If it happens, glory be to God. So, we are here to see the change.
How is the depreciation affecting your business, Odike? Everybody's asking me that question.
Because Ghana is import-driven economy. So whatever happens at the forest affects everything. Petroleum products, pharmaceuticals, and every merchandise that we use daily, it affects them.
Yeah.
So
is your business also built on imports?
Even if you are manufacturing here, some of the components have to be imported. So we are in a mess.
So are your shops still running? Are you still running operational business?
Partially.
Partially. What have you had to shut down? Which part have you had to shut down?
Accra, Takrade is shut down because the influx of Chinese substandard goods. We can't compete with them in terms of pricing, and Ghanaians, a majority of them goes to the market with the price as a factor.
So now you're operating only in Kumasi?
Yeah.
And how's market?
Very bad. And if Alan Kyerematen doesn't intervene, by the end of this year, we'll close it.
You close Odike Ventures?
Yes.
When did you start that business?
1994.
94. So 30 years ago. 30 years ago this year.
Yeah.
If there's not a change in government, you will close down your business?
Of course. This trend cannot continue. Wow. Because we are losing our capital.
How much are you losing?
Every day.
How much?
It's on a daily basis.
How much?
Assuming I can't quantify them here, but assuming I'm selling this for, let's say 10 cedis, but the cost of the whole item here is maybe 8 cedis, and by the close, and the dollar component is maybe 7 cedis. If by the close of the day the dollar component comes up to 9 cedis, I'm at a loss. But then the person has already bought it. You cannot retrieve it, and we cannot go and chase him to change the price. Yeah. So you go home with cedis at a loss.
Wow. Have you had to lay off staff?
Oh, many, so many of them.
Because if you close down Accra and Takrade, Accra, how many are you employed here?
Accra, we had about 70.
70. And then in Takrade?
Takrade, 15.
So you have laid off 85 staff.
These are permanent staffs, but when business was very brisk, we also employ casual workers.
How many?
Those who come to offload at the warehouse, and about 20 of them All of them gone.
So give and take about 100 of your people that you have employed.
Yes,
They
they
need to
gone.
go home.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. And then in Kumasi,
And it's
how many
still
staff?
counting. Kumasi, we've reduced it to now 15. But
How many were you before?
Kumasi, we had about 60.
And you have reduced to
15.
you've cut your staff down by 75%.
Yes.
Why?
I can't pay them. The business is not doing well. And it's not my fault. Look, what I derive happiness from employing more people.
Yes.
But the current economic environment cannot accommodate that.
So 85 gone in Accra, almost 45 gone in Kumasi. Wow. Wow. You have 15 staff, 15.
And
that includes casual labor.
and they are permanent, but I'm planning to close down by the end of the year.
Close down.
Have my peace. Otherwise, I will die early.
Wow. How much money have you had to lose?
We've lost so much, my brother. We've lost so much.
1 million, 10 million?
Hey, don't make me cry. Move to another question.
No, this is important.
Don't make me cry.
This is your 30
I don't want to cry on this before you are teaming
listeners and viewers.
Please move to the next topic.
So, I'm sad already. Wow.
It's serious.
And how is family taking all of this?
Fortunately for me, I have kids who has passed through universities and they are also doing their own thing, their own stuff. So it has lessened the daily expenditure at home.
Wow. Do you eat 3 times a day now?
This morning I ate mango, chopped one.
Yeah.
Maybe in the afternoon I found some roasted plantain.
For lunch?
Then I move.
You can't afford 3 square meals?
I don't have even time to do that because if I sit to eat and they bring me a bill of 150, it's going to affect me.
You can't afford a meal of 150 cedis a day?
A day, quantum this to a month. That is how far we've come.
How much do you spend now on food every day?
I'm trying to spend no more than 100 Ghana.
Every day? And then for the family?
My wife works at one of the institutions, so she also contributes.
She eats there?
No. We have 2 young kids. The last one is at 11 and 13. These are the 2 which we are taking care of for now. So we are managing. Actually, we are managing.
Is every Ghanaian a manager?
Hey, that is why I told you that 80% of Ghanaians are corrupt, because you can't pay a minimum wage of 18 cedis as a minimum wage, and 3 tomatoes cost 20 cedis. Are you following me?
Yes.
Minimum wage is 18 cedis, but 3
piece of tomato
cost 20 cedis. So we work for a day only to pay for 3 tomatoes.
That's minimum wage?
Yes.
Do you pay your staff minimum wage?
No.
How much do they earn?
I won't tell you.
Why not?
No.
Why not?
No.
Are you paying them less or more?
Oh, more.
Far more?
Far more.
So 30 cedis a day?
I won't tell you.
25?
I won't tell you.
40?
I won't tell you.
50?
It is between the contract is between myself and my workers.
But they are well paid.
A non-disclosure agreement. So you don't need to have.
But you can tell me that they are well paid.
Of course.
They can afford a meal of 100 cedis a day.
Not to that extent.
50.
I must be honest, yes.
50 cedis a day.
Something in that region.
I see. So that gives you an average of how much you're giving them.
Some is 1,500 per month and so.
You said you didn't tell me, but now you have told me.
So you've pushed me.
ODK! Oh man, ODK. So we are 6 months away from the major election. right? June is ending this week. For that Ghanaian voter out there who's listening and watching us today, what do you tell them directly before I let you go?
What I'll tell my fellow Ghanaians is to vote.
Oh, wait. Before you answer that question, are you good with Menchia now?
Oh, yes.
Things are fine.
Yeah, we are touring the whole, we are crisscrossing. But our campaign trail will hit Ashanti region very soon.
Okay.
Of which, I'm part of the speakers at every forum, so definitely.
You'll be fine.
Yeah.
You are good with Menchia.
Oh, yes.
All the chiefs.
Otunfo, I greet you. I greet you this morning.
They are all good.
And Makaske saying, they are all fine, and everybody is fine. They are expecting me.
Okay.
And
did you have a meeting with them to settle this matter?
Oh, what my king said, Odike is my son. We don't need to go through all this. Tell him to come home. I need him.
So you went home?
Yeah.
And everything was trashed out?
Everything is fine.
So you and Otunfo are good?
We are good to go everywhere.
I see.
And I'm pleading with him to assign me a responsibility he knows to also help in the development and advancement of Asante Mine.
Wonderful. Now to my other question I was asking. What are you telling the Ghanaian voter today?
Vote your conscience. Don't be induced, because the inducement cannot take you far. And if you take something that can take care of you for only 2 weeks, and you suffer for 4 years, then you are being stupid, a huge idiot. And I know this government is desperate to do anything to renew their mandate. So please, Ghanaians, wise up. Don't vote for John Mahama. Don't vote for Bawumia. They are mess. If you vote for them, it is a continuation of the hardships. Don't vote for John Mahama. Don't vote for Bawumia.
Vote for who?
The man of the moment, Alan Kojo Martin.
Does it mean your presidential hopes are done?
No, this alliance is for only these elections. So, if we win and form government, fine. If we don't, in an unlikely event we don't, every alliance partner will go back to their organizations.
Now, I've got to ask you this. When you were joining the alliance, did you make any demands of what you want to be when the alliance wins the elections?
Never.
Are you part of the kitchen cabinet of the Great Alliance?
I'm not. My mind is not even set on that. We need to rescue this country
first
from the criminals of Domama administration and Akufo-Addo Bawumia administration. We need to rescue this country.
Odike, why are you calling them criminals? Do you have evidence of saying? The same thing you said in the past that led you into a meeting.
But we don't have. But let me tell you, from 1992, if you check the national properties bequeathed to us by the previous our predecessors, these two parties has sold everything. Everything, including government bungalows. We are losing everything because of MPPNDC. Where is Ghana Airways? Ghana Airways was established way before Emirates. Today, Emirates can boast of 1,500 fleet of aircrafts. We used to go to Johannesburg to bring passengers in and out. Harare, Nairobi, Addis Ababa, UK, Dusseldorf, and you name it. West Coast was for Ghana Airways. Where is Ghana Airways? Where is Black Star Line? My first container from UK, the name of the vessel was Kumasi. Now look at our forest cover. It has been depleted because of self-seeking politicians of MPP, NDC. They've taken us for a ride. They think we are fools, and we are recycling these criminals. Why don't they write in their manifestos that when we come, we are going to sell Ghana properties? Why don't they write in their manifestos that when we come, we will go to IMF? Why don't they put it in their manifesto that we are going to use loans only to develop this country? Have you ever asked these questions? And if somebody ambush you, telling you sweet words, and come and do something different, what do you call him?
A criminal?
Only criminals does that. Only fraudsters does this.
So if tomorrow you win power and you make promise and you don't keep it, we can call you a criminal.
Of course, I'm not above reproach.
So anyone who breaks a promise is a criminal.
Intentionally promise something that he himself knows is not what he's going to deliver. It's a criminal.
You are redefining what a criminal is.
Look, let me tell you.
You are redefining what a criminal is.
No. Okay, look. If we call this deceiving the public by false pretense.
Yes.
It's what? Deceiving the public by false pretense is what? How do you term it? Go to police station and ask them if somebody deceived the public by false pretense. What is it?
The person has broken the law.
Well, if that is to your understanding, so be it.
But for you, that's what?
It's criminal offense.
So if you commit a criminal act, you are a criminal.
Of course.
Okay. Odike, I hear you. I hear you. I thank you for your time this morning and for joining us. I know you also have to be on television.
Yes.
On GH1. But what will be your final words to us as you take leave of us?
I thank you very much for hosting me this morning.
Yes, sir.
And I appreciate your time and everything. God bless you and all the staff here. I think a word to the wise is enough. So vote your conscience. Don't vote for MPP and NDC. They will deceive you and they will sell they have already ceded the sovereignty of this country to the colonial masters. And the continuation of colonization they are building is dangerous for us and generation yet unborn. So let's kick them out and Ghana will be a better place for all of us.
Akwasi Addai Odike, thank you for your time.
I'm grateful.
All right. We'll go for a short break. And when I return, I have more for you. Stay with us.